Welcome to another episode of It's Credit at the Top. I'm your host, AstenCeo. I got the voice of God on the other side with me.
Hey, peace and blessings, beautiful people, and I have returned.
Yo, in this episode, man, let's talk about passive income. Because a lot of people, you know, the goal is passive income. You want money without working.
Right.
That's the dream.
Go to sleep, wake up, and it's just going.
And I'm not saying that passive income is impossible, but the way that most people present it online is impossible.
Right.
So I'm not going to say that they're liars. I'm not calling nobody a liar, but they're not full truth tellers.
Right. Yeah.
And I remember somebody once told me, if you omit the truth, it's
a lie. Yeah.
I'd be like, I ain't lying.
Yeah. I used to hate that too, and then you'd be like, oh, that is true. There's some truth to that.
Yeah. So here's the thing about people that pitch that passive income stuff to y'all. 9.6% of the time, if they're telling you that passive income stuff to where it's you literally doing nothing and just getting income, most likely they're selling something to you. And there's nothing wrong with people selling you a product or a service. But just know that's what they're doing so they can show you their way to get the passive income.
Right.
But I want to tell you all how you all can get as close to it as possible online. So so for any of y'all that's looking for any ways to make passive income outside of online, this ain't for you. These 3 ways are online. Well, I think there's 3 ways. My 3 ways. I ain't gonna say there's the only 3 ways, but these are my 3 ways to make passive income online. And each one of these ways, it takes some work.
Right.
Well, how's it passive? Well, but once you do the work, there's no more work to do because you put automations and systems in place, and those automations and systems work.
Right.
But it does take a little upfront work. The easiest one to get started with nothing is to be an affiliate for somebody. If you're an affiliate for somebody, that means that you are selling somebody else's product or service. Hey, yo, real quick, I did a little over 900K in my business with just one digital product, but I have a bigger goal now, 100 million. Yeah, you heard that right, $100 million, but not for me, for y'all. I'm helping 1,000 people making extra 6 figures online in their business like them.
I made 1K in less than 12 hours.
Spent 4 hours of my life to make 29 grand.
13,500. Trying to make it crowded at the top.
1,000 people times 100,000 equals 100 million worth of impact. I'm making it crowded at the top. Get weekly coaching calls with myself, all of my courses, trainings, resources, and systems, plus a private mastermind community of entrepreneurs all designed to help you grow your business online for less than $2 a day. There's no excuses anymore. So click the link down in the description, tap into the mastermind community, and I will see you on our coaching call this upcoming Wednesday. Or don't and sit on the sidelines and watch history in the making. But regardless, we going up on this side, and I'm going to show you these wins. It's crowded at the top. Let's get it. The pros to being an affiliate for somebody is that you don't have to do any upfront work in creating the product or service. It's already done. Yeah, it's already done. All that you have to do is sell it. And let me preface this with this. I didn't mention this before we got into the first one. All 3 of these ways also require to have an audience. Without an audience, you cannot tap into any of these 3 ways. Now, when I say you need an audience, people think that, I need 100,000 followers.
Right. That's always the initial reaction.
I need 10,000. No, you just need some type of audience. And whether you all realize it or not, every single one of you all listening to this have an audience.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody does. It's just the size of your audience.
Right.
All right. But all three of these require an audience or they don't work. So number one, to be an affiliate for somebody, that's when you're selling somebody else's product or service. This can be, even though you're doing this online, it can be a physical product or it can be a digital product.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Either way, there's no fulfillment from you and there's no product creation or no creation of the service, right? Now in this, in being an affiliate for somebody, the pro of it is that it's easy to do or easier to do because you're not asking anybody for money.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You're saying, here's this thing.
Right. Right.
Do you want this thing? And when I say it's a physical product, say if you all are, say right now I'm shooting a podcast, I could be talking about this this microphone that I'm using.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all want this microphone, go ahead, click the link down to get the microphone. I will get a piece of that if I
Yeah.
have an affiliate
Affiliate
with Shure.
Mm-hmm.
Right, the camera. Hey, y'all want this camera? I could have an affiliate through that. Y'all can sign up for affiliate program through Amazon, for example. You'll see a lot of creators make like YouTube channels or something, and they're talking about products that they use,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll be links to the description.
Yeah. The little
All that they're
Amazon
doing
stuff.
is just giving value and talking about how dope the stuff is.
Mm-hmm.
They're not asking you for money. You want the microphone, you getting the microphone. You still spending money, but it's psychologically, it's different than you giving this person money, so it's easier to do.
Right. Right. Leveraging that trust too.
Yeah, that's why I say you need an audience to present this stuff to the audience. Or you can find an online entrepreneur, course creator, somebody like that. You can have a affiliate for their product or their course or something.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody needs to have a link in the bio. You see people got links in the bio, ask them if they got an affiliate. The con to it is that you are how can I put, you're dependent on the person that owns the stuff.
Right. To keep.
You selling these microphones. The microphone people say, I don't feel like making microphones no more.
Then you're like, ah. You're like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Or on the other side that I said, say you find somebody that has a digital product available
Yeah.
and or like a course or something, and you affiliate for that person. People are buying that off of the word of and trust of you. Then come find out that person's doing some shady stuff, or that person has a bad experience with the material that they purchased.
Mm-hmm.
That comes back on you.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Man, this was some bullshit. Blah blah blah. Well, hey man, I did.
Yeah.
And the most important thing out here is your name. So those are the cons of it.
Very, very known figures going through that right now.
Shout out to Rose.
Yeah, like so.
But
But that's a real thing though. And then like not only that part, because I know we're talking about products, but even like going just piggyback off of the creator stuff, even that person continuing to create and
yeah,
and do quality control even on their digital products or whatever they're selling, like
yeah, that
update.
person choose to have a hiatus.
Mm-hmm. Now what you gonna
You
do?
know, there's a girl by the name, I'm a name dropper, just because I've gotten a lot of value from her content. Y'all should check her out. Her name's Vanessa Lau.
Mm-hmm.
Her thing is building YouTube channels,
Mm-hmm.
right? And social media stuff. She sells digital products through the traffic like I do, but I found value in her content. But it's like as soon as I found her content, that's why I love YouTube and like really focusing in on YouTube now because all the content I found there, it was nothing new. It was older stuff that I was getting value from. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, man, let me see what she talk about on Instagram. I go to Instagram, I see a post from a couple months ago. I quit. And then I'm looking, I'm like, well, all these videos I am watching ain't nothing recent.
Yeah.
Ain't no recent upload. She just decided she said she's taking a sabbatical. She don't know if she's ever returning,
Mm-hmm.
but she's gone. I'm like, imagine if you're an affiliate for that.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know? But way number two, and one of my favorites is like an online course.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, it takes some initial work up front. And this is the hardest. I'll be honest with y'all. This is the hardest of the three. An online course. Because why I say it's the hardest of the three is because you got to do some upfront work of creating it.
Right. On all
You got to
levels.
create it. You got to shoot it. You got to build the landing page,
Mm-hmm.
the the funnel, the copy of the funnel, the email sequences,
Mm-hmm.
the automation. But once you get it all set up, it's done.
Right.
You don't have to do it again.
Right. And then what
And you
level
can
of
do
passive do you think it turns into, like, at that point?
that's where automation comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Because once you do the work, it's done. And then you can also get paid for that forever.
Right.
The work that comes into it is that all that you have to do is then become a marketer
Mm-hmm.
and run traffic to it.
Mm-hmm.
Best way to do that is through content.
Right.
But once it's done, it's done. And you can sell that, you can have an evergreen course that sells forever.
Mm-hmm.
If things change or new information needs to be added, all that you have to do is just add the new information to it. You don't have to redo it.
Right. Right.
One of my
Young
mentors, he
and
runs a web
updated.
one of my mentors runs a webinar every single week for one of his online courses. The course that he's selling is the same exact stuff he was selling in like 2019.
Mm.
He ain't changed it at all.
Yeah.
It's evergreen. The stuff it works.
Yeah. Dang.
So he ain't gotta change it. I seen it. He looked all different. He done gained some weight. He's
Mm-hmm.
slimmer, and you can just tell it's old.
Yeah. Yeah. The look of it is
But
dated,
that's
but the information is
but
still relevant.
yeah, it's no different than a book.
Right. That's what.
Napoleon Hill ain't got to rewrite Think and Grow Rich.
Right. Yeah. Because
People still buying it today.
I think the only the only different versions be just like new additions with like explanations and forewords and stuff like that from like the family or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but once you have it set up, though, that can be something that's bringing you in income online month to month,
Mm-hmm.
depending on your traffic, which is the kind.
Right.
You have to always be thinking of ways to run traffic to it. That's why I say you become a marketer, and
Mm-hmm.
that's why I think it can get fun, like it turn into a game.
Mm-hmm.
Let's figure out, let's test this. Let's see if we do this. Let's put out this piece of content. Or
Right.
let's do let's do this with it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But the automations in once you figure that out, if you don't really want to make the content, that's when you can maybe batch something up, take a day or two and batch a lot. Make a lot of content in those 1 or 2 days to where you have so much to last you, so it ain't like you're always making stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Because that's the hard part. Finding the
And then you,
consistency in
and
that.
then you f- and then you find something that works, or if you found something that works, you can automate that whole process, and you pay for advertising,
Mm-hmm.
Facebook ad, Instagram ad, YouTube ad, TikTok ads.
Mm-hmm.
that piece of content, you pay to get in front of people. You don't have to make the content all the time because you're paying to reach the people with that content.
Right.
So then it can get more. All right, let me chill.
Right.
Kind of that. Something can happen in your ad account could get shut down, or something could happen. Something that happened with me, my Facebook ads account got hacked
Mm-hmm.
by somebody in like Korea or something.
Which,
Spent a bunch of money on traffic to some sandal or something.
that's so
And
trash.
and even though uh, Facebook rectified the situation, it took half a year.
Mm-hmm.
So that was half a year of me not being able to run ads
Mm-hmm.
just because I'm waiting on them to. Because if y'all don't know, Facebook ads, for example, Facebook's one of the biggest companies in the world, but they have no customer support for you to like talk to.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Because you got to think, no matter that, if you're spending $100,000 a month on advertising, that's such a small drop in the bucket to how much money that they make.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like you're like, oh, let me help you. So it's just a bunch of buttons that you're just clicking and waiting on responses, or emails that you're typing to somebody, and that person, there's nobody that can push a button and make a decision. That just, low level. I don't want to say low level as a person, but
Yeah,
low
low level.
paid
Mm-hmm.
people that they outsource from like another country or
Mm-hmm.
something.
Mm-hmm.
Which leads into way number 3, uh, continuity. Anytime you all hear me say continuity, think subscription.
Mm-hmm.
It's when somebody buys something from you one time, but they have to pay you time after time after time, a month after month after month after month to have it.
Yep, to renew it. Yep, and keep the access.
This is way easier to start than an online course. Because think your online course, I said the work that you have to do on the front end, you gotta record it, you gotta do the landing page, the copies, the sequences, and
Mm-hmm.
all of that stuff, right? You don't need all that. You don't need all that much content for a membership site, for example.
True. True.
You can just start you could just start a membership site off of it could just be an accountability group. And then
Mm-hmm.
you add stuff to it
As you go.
as you all go.
Mm-hmm.
It could be you on film, right? Just using you as an example. It can be it could be something you put together where videographers and editors get together to talk about what's working and what's not working for them, and
Mm-hmm.
strategies to acquire clients on retainers.
Mm-hmm.
That don't need any content for you to create for that.
Right, and you could always add later. Build upon what you got.
Yeah. And then you can host it on Zoom, which is free.
Mm-hmm.
Zoom starts to cost money once you need, I think, over 45 minutes or something.
Yeah, over 45 minutes.
So, and even that, it's still like, I don't know off the top of my head, but it's still like $10 or something like
Yeah,
that.
it ain't much. It ain't much at all.
10, $12 or something. Or you need to pay more if you pay a little bit if you want to run a webinar on there, or if you need more than 1,000 participants and
Right.
stuff like that.
Right.
But outside of that, it's free. So you can host a community on something like Mighty Networks, which I currently use, or School,
Mm-hmm.
SKOOL,
Mm-hmm.
Kajabi. You can have a free Facebook
Yeah,
group,
I was about to say, yep.
but your free Facebook group to attend the Zoom calls, it costs this much per whatever. The reason why I say Facebook groups last, because you want to take this, you want to take your online business or your products and services off of social media because you don't control it.
Right.
They could just shut down your Facebook group for whatever the reason.
Right.
Right. But The pros, it's easy to start up. You don't need much material to start. You'll need to start to add stuff to want to keep people over time, retention. And traffic, it's not as dependent on traffic.
Mm-hmm.
You need traffic to get new members, but you don't need traffic to get members to stay.
Right. And keep that number every month.
Yeah, so you're going to have what's called churn. Churn is churn is when people leave.
Mm-hmm.
That's normal, but it'll be predictable. So once you get into the months, you'll start to see, oh, I got 10% churn. That means 10% of people are going to leave
Mm-hmm.
each month. So you can still have a pretty good estimate on what your income's going to be the next month.
Right.
And then it turns into, I don't need to get all of these people, depending on what your financial goals are. You got 100 people, 10% of them you know is going to leave. Let's see if we can get 10 people to join this month to replace the 10 that's going to leave.
Right. And that's a hell of a lot more appealing to shoot for
It's
that
it's not as
10%.
it's not as salesy,
Yeah.
right? The game turns into retention instead of sales.
Mm-hmm.
And then you may not have as big of a spike, as quick of a climb as if you sold an online course, but you will have a steady climb.
Mm-hmm. It's like the
Or you
grassroots independent versus signing with the label, like getting that one hit wonder.
Yeah, or you may not have as deep of a decline
Mm-hmm.
if you have an online course and something happens. You may have a quick decline,
Mm-hmm.
but if you're declining in a continuity, you'll have a slower decline.
Right.
So those are the pros and cons of that. I'll say the biggest kind of it, I'll say, is that it's how I said it's more of a retention game than a sales game. It is harder to sell
Mm.
just because, guys, everything in business and sales is basic human psychology. Humans psychologically have problems committing.
Mm-hmm.
And when you tell people that you have a continuity program or a subscription, in their mind it's commitment.
Right.
They're thinking that they're going to have to pay you every month in perpetuity. They're not thinking that they can cancel anytime that they want
Mm-hmm.
to.
Mm-hmm.
I got to pay him forever.
You're like, I already got Netflix and Max.
Right. So you're really gonna have to present the value of it, and the value of it is not everything that comes in it. It's like, what is that person going to get, or what's the transformation that's going to happen with them joining the joint.
Mm-hmm.
But on a continuity thing, you don't even need to have that many people either. Like, a lot of things in business all about scale.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on the price point of it, let's just say your membership is $100 a month. You get 100 people. That's $10,000 a month.
Mm-hmm. Just like that.
You get 300 people. That's that's one of my goals that I tell everybody in business. One of your initial goals should be making $1,000 a day, because I feel like that's when you can really start to live a different
Mm-hmm.
type of life.
Mm-hmm.
That's 300 people.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that much. Just like Leonidas, 300. He only needed 300
I know. And did the most. And another thing I just
to
thought
do the most.
about while you were talking, and I'm gonna say this out loud. It's probably more so for me. Also with like the community slash subscription aspect, even like I'm talking about like in regards to building as you go, it's even better because when you have your groups and you're having these conversations with the people inside your community, you're actually learning more about what they need versus what you think
Yeah,
they need. Your online course and stuff, like you're gonna sit down by yourself unless you conduct a survey or something. Most time people sit down with their own experiences and say, okay, this is what I want to teach.
yeah. It's real time market analysis,
Yeah.
so you can see the feedback that they're asking you. You're like, all right, they're asking me about branding. Let me put together
Mm-hmm.
some branding stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Or you just see the conversation amongst people and you'll know what to give them. So that
Yep.
was good. But y'all, the just I just hear a lot of people passive income, passive income, passive income.
Right.
Right. And I'm like, I don't have no problem selling stuff to people. I sell stuff to people. But I just don't like the way a lot of people sell stuff to people.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like, and y'all, whether y'all buy something from me or from anybody, look at what they're doing more so than what they're selling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you tell me that all the time.
And then if you choose to buy it, then buy it. But go into it. I buy stuff from people for one to learn what the information that they have, and then two to learn what it is that they're doing because they're doing this for a reason
Mm-hmm.
and making money off of it.
Mm-hmm.
The credit person doing all this stuff, why are they selling me to do all this stuff?
Right.
Everybody that y'all buy something from, including myself, and that's why I'm telling y'all, everybody needs to have these things. I say the later two, the three, your own course, a digital product, and a continuity, which is also basically a digital product, like it's delivered digitally.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody that y'all see, every guru that you see, what do they all have in common? A link in their bio with a digital product.
Mm-hmm.
That's what y'all need to have. Every motherfucker y'all watching on that y'all spending all these hours watching on YouTube all the time, thinking that you're learning. They're teaching you they're teaching you with the intention of building a relationship with you to buy their stuff,
Mm-hmm.
including me.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was telling you that there's a guy that talks about uh getting clients with businesses and stuff, and I was like, bro, why don't you do like you was spending a lot of time watching his videos and stuff and going to his webinars and stuff. I'm like, because he's selling a digital product.
Right. 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 Yeah.
And that's what everybody needs. Y'all 2 and 3 is digital products. So if you're looking to grow your business online with digital products, join this credit at the top community. Get weekly coaching calls from myself, all of my trainings, resources, and systems, and a private community of entrepreneurs all designed to help you grow your business online. Right now, you can join for less than $2 a day, $1.57 per day. My mentor told me I was crazy for it. But click the link down in the description, tap in, and I'll see you on our coaching call this Wednesday.